Hello, hello. This is Dr. Angelika Christie, your host of the show, Your Radiant Life After 45. This show is for mature women or women after 45. So we are closer to the changes in life or the most incredible second part of our life, our freedom years. Here on this show, we share about the best health, to optimize your health, to optimize, revive, and heal your relationships, and to really know yourself as your true self, as your spiritual self, as your original self, as the highest expression of who you truly are after we peel away all of these false and limiting beliefs. So this show is live. And if you like what I share, please share it with your family and friends and be here every Saturday at 12 p.m. Pacific time, all of the times on this incredible platform, Win-Win Women, where you find so many other amazing hosts that where everything is covered that may help you to improve your life. So all of the times are in Pacific time. So even though I live in the Eastern daylight time, for me it's 3 o'clock. It's all listed in Pacific time, now Pacific daylight time, I believe. So today I want to share with you about a way how to escape the suffering of the world, and therefore also end your own suffering. So do not get sucked into the stresses of the outside world. Do not be part of the craziness that's going on, the fights, the struggles, especially the struggles for what is right, what should happen and should not happen, because there are these belief systems. You know, we all have our belief systems, and whatever we believe, we really experience. Yes, but there are also these outside of ourselves, those belief systems that say, Muslims are, or men are, or women are. This generalization and this picking something and making it your belief, then that's what you see. That becomes your reality also in the outside world. And you can imagine that those bring incredible clashes within communities, within countries, and so on and on. Well, we all see this, the horrific gun violence against humans and the unimaginable crime of killing children. It cannot be understood with your mind, and especially not with your heart, but it happens, it goes on. And so we don't really have a panacea for it all. And even when Buddha said the world is full of suffering, and that was thousands of years ago, right? And the reason of our suffering is attachment. It explains it a little bit, because your attachment, your belief is the attachment through which, or the lens or the attachment through which you filter your life, see the life, and then act and react to it that way. Does this mean that we could stop, or at least lessen the suffering by letting go, or insisting of having things our way, insisting that once I believe something, once I believe that women are limited, they can never do what men do, or that that men are cruel to women, or that, all of these, all of them. There are hundreds of belief systems that, depending on who you asked, they may agree or disagree with you. So you have those polarities of belief systems. So are we digging ourselves into a position that reflects our belief system, in the hope maybe of shielding us from maybe a rather painful alternative. So what alternative, you may ask? So if you let go of everything for as long as it may take to understand what is really going on, or why something really matters, and what it means to you and to your life, that sometimes we don't want to go there, because that is very difficult, because our beliefs shape our life and we already have established those. So whatever you believe is what you create in your life. So can we then agree upon that belief is self-fulfilling? You see, and that's what's going on in the United States right now as well. And I don't do anything, I don't want to go into any political thing at all, but you see it. I mean, it kind of is thrown at you whenever you watch any news channel. There are those who believe one thing, and there are the others who believe the other thing, and they are opposing each other and are absolutely sure in their beliefs. Yet justice is justice, right? And the truth is the truth. Really? I believe so. And yet, neither of those are absolutes, like mathematics, like 1 + 1 = 2. Because when it comes to justice and to truth, it looks like there are variables. So doesn't this mean that whatever you believe and see as the truth may not be the truth at all, but rather your truth, as you can see it from your point of view of, or better, of your belief or your inner conviction? Yes, I think so. So there are your personal beliefs within your life. And then there are those world beliefs, like I just mentioned them in the beginning, you know, men are people, are Muslims, are Christians, are Jews, are, and then you have this belief that somehow has established itself. But you were not born with those, correct? No, you were not born with those. We see little children, how they don't care at all. They don't have these beliefs yet. Yet if you stand for what is right and honorable, and if you live your inner values, you are a woman of valor. You are a light worker, a leader who recognizes that you came into this life at this time, such a difficult, challenging time in world history, because you were born into this lifetime and even into the culture and into the family that raised you, and you are here for a purpose. So it's already congratulations, right? Because your being here already takes courage. When I see movies from, you know, 1,000 years ago, hundreds of years ago, how tough life was, and how wars were fought, not with explosives and horrific, horrifically destructing weapons, but with the sword and with muscle, with smartness maybe as well. That's how the world has changed. And so we live in this world where we can live in paradise, but we can also live in hell. Would you agree? But you beautiful woman who listens to me, you are already a winner, because you have made it this far. And if you're a woman over 45, you have already so much experience. And yet, I believe the best is yet to come. Because deep down in your heart of hearts, your soul, you know exactly why you are here and why you are here now. And even though you ask yourself, your mind doesn't seem to understand, doesn't seem to know, is always searching for more and more. Your heart and your soul know that purpose. Bringing this higher truth and knowledge from your soul and your heart to your mind, that requires skills and practice. And if you have not practiced that yet, I would encourage you to find a coach, a mentor, somebody who can take you there. Just know that even though the last years were riddled with events that nobody could foresee, and even though it seems like the suffering is never ending, you are exactly where you must be. So do not despair. And if you feel at the brink of desperation or feeling so disillusioned, I think that's probably the best word I can find, so disillusioned about the future of the world, the future of maybe yourself, your family. Do not despair, because this time is also a very powerful time. The acceptance alone relieves much stress of your heart and even your mind when you just accept, like Buddha said, the world is full of suffering. And the main cause of suffering is that our expectations. So when we can let go of what we believe must happen, must be, then we are already softened. We already are under so much less stress, and we are open to maybe experience something new, something entirely new and different. Whenever something feels like it's unbearable, or at least it stresses your mind and emotions, there are a couple of questions that you can ask yourself that may lessen this. And here is one of them. Because sometimes when we don't understand something, we can go mad trying to find the answer, right? But if you just ask yourself, what could this be what could this be telling me? Or what is this trying to tell me? And then maybe an answer is a little bit better to find. But if not, then you can ask maybe a second question that is also very powerful, and that is, how can I contribute to positive change? And the lesser known question that I learned to ask myself when I feel disagreement, stress, or friction is, how much wider can I expand my ability to love, accept, and embrace what I cannot change and what I believe it seems to be unlovable? So let me repeat this last one, because it is something that maybe you want to do as well. Otherwise, we can easily fall into despair when we do not find any explanation for something that is so stressful, so sad, so horrific in our life. How much wider can I expand my ability to love unconditionally, that is, accept, and even embrace what seems to be unlovable? When you have done this a couple of times, please journal and write this down, and I would actually love for you to share it with me, how this may have helped you to cope in difficult situations. Just know that no part of your life will ever be in vain. Never, ever be in vain. No love that once was and ended has ever been in vain. Everything that you have experienced in your life so far can never be in vain, because you contributed to the world in your way, in your very particular way, not doing it consciously, but just by being in it. And this is a way only you can, and nobody else. The way you are, your very presence, your energy, your uniqueness in this world, and how you affect others. And sometimes we don't even know and realize how we affect others, because we are just doing our thing. And then all of a sudden, maybe somebody tells me, oh my God, you have really changed something in me, or changed my life, or opened my awareness, or my heart, or whatever. There are so many different ways how we impact somebody else's life, even without doing it in a conscious and direct way. So I hope this helped you a bit in understanding yourself and how your beliefs shape your reality, become your reality. Fact is that we live in a challenging world, right? And more than ever, challenging events pop up like out of nowhere. So it's almost like, I mean, many years ago, 10 years ago, yes, things happened that were unexpected, but not as much as they happen today. So we need to support each other. I believe that it is a time now, the time is now for us to come together in a bigger and maybe even a better way. I know there have always been circles and cycles and communities and all of this, and maybe for particular purposes. But I believe that today it is more important than ever. I have my ideas. They actually came to me on my last birthday, which was in April. So my birthday is coming up again. So after much consideration, contemplation, meditation, going deep within, it became crystal clear that my next big contribution will look like, what it will look like. And since I am so convinced, I just have that powerful inner knowing. And so it became my commitment, gathering and building a tribe of mature women who want to become outstanding. Not good at anything, not even excellent, but outstanding. So what does outstanding mean? It means that you stand out, right? You stand just, even if it's just a tiny bit above what everybody else is. And everybody wants to be excellent. And our competitive world has pushed all of us from being mediocre to being good, now being excellent. And even that is not good enough anymore. At least we don't get the same results. So we need to become outstanding. So when you stand out, then you're also seen and you are heard and you can make a difference. You have a greater impact, right? So being good does not bring the good results anymore. And being excellent may bring kind of good results, which can be rather frustrating for those who believe that being excellent is really the highest level. But when you push through excellence to become outstanding, now you enter a whole new playing field. And there, your rewards will come as not right away. I mean, we are all tested. The universe is there. And I heard this from Tony Robbins once. The universe is to support your life, is there to support your life. The universe, what he says is the universe works for you. For you. Yes. For you. Isn't that powerful? If the universe works for you and you want to be outstanding, then because then you have to lift up your standards, right? From where you are now, maybe you are above mediocre, maybe you are already good, maybe you are already kind of excellent. And you may feel frustrated because you don't get excellent results. You don't have that excellent acknowledgement. You don't make excellent money. Your health is not excellent anymore, maybe because you have been trying and pushing so hard. So what does it look like if you want excellent results? Then you must be outstanding. And that is not working yourself, to death. No, not at all. It is really understanding where you want to stand out, where you want to be outstanding. And we cannot do this alone, right? So how do you get to this place? As I said, we cannot do it alone. And I am at a time in my life now where my runway is quite short, right? It has shortened tremendously. And I only really became aware of it in the last decade. And usually we only become aware of our internal belief of time, like how much more time do I have left to achieve my dream or something particular. When suddenly we realize that we reached a certain decade. They said, oh my God. I mean, I know so many women who say when they turn 30, they believe, oh my God, I'm getting old. Others say with 40, oh my God, I'm at mid-age and how much time do I have left? Of course, nobody knows how much time we have left. Our life can be snuffed out in a moment. But usually we have a certain expectancy. And since I am in my 70s, I know that my time is not unlimited anymore. Well, nobody's time is unlimited, but even a decade now seems short, seems a small amount of time. While a couple of decades ago, a decade was nothing. Yeah, 2 or 3 decades, fine. And I still felt that I had so much time left. But I am turning 77 next month. Yes, I know I am very active. I have a lot of energy. I'm full of pep. I'm full of energy and experience. I have a busy life. But reality is reality. There is a biological clock that is ticking. So I am probably way ahead of you who is listening to me here, age-wise at least. And I'm sure that if that is true, then I am ahead of you in my life experience. Does it make sense? Yeah. I also know that we women must come together to support, to collaborate, and to celebrate each other's, even the smallest victories, each process, and each progress toward our vision. And it is so much easier to understand ourselves within the company of others, especially when they are like-minded. Because that triggers certain things in us that by ourselves, we never really understand or be able to see clearly. I envision a tribe of like-minded women who want to become their best and their most powerful selves. So when you are in your original state, you are powerful, capable, and unlimited. And throughout our lives, we collect all of those limiting beliefs and all of those things that yeah, those beliefs that do not further us, but that keep us small or keep us stuck somewhere. And very often we just reduce ourselves to fit in, and then we forget who we are. Therefore, helping each other to remember who we are and testing who we are in a safe and supportive environment is, I believe, paramount. So if my environment shaped me to become the person that I am now, how then can I level up or become outstanding? I believe that you must become a different person. I know I must become a different person from who I am right now, with all of my beliefs and my rules, because, you know, rules is another form of belief that that says, well, if this happens, then this should happen, right? That's kind of a rule. If, you know, if my child messes up in school, I should punish him or her. That's probably an old-fashioned belief, but it is a belief. It's not only a belief, but it's a rule that you establish for yourself. But when you want a desired life experience, in other words, when you want to become your best and highest self and be fulfilled, you must become a different person, entirely different from what you are now. Yeah. You may say, well, Angelika, I am who I am and cannot change that. And I will say to you, yes, you can change a lot. You can change your habits, you can change your mindset, you can change your environment and almost everything that keeps you in the status quo. Because if you believe that, then you misunderstood what I was saying. You are you and cannot be somebody else, yet you can mold yourself. You can challenge yourself. There are so many tools into almost anything you can imagine. And this is kind of all I can share with you here. And I will share so much more in our next episode. So make sure that you come back and be here with me again next Saturday, same time, 12 noon Pacific time or 3 p.m. like for me, Eastern Daylight Time. And then we go on with this important conversation. Okay. In the meantime, if you like to get in touch with me, you have the links below here, and please look me up on YouTube and also on Facebook. Radiant Life over 45 Club. If you're a woman over 45, you may want to join us there. This is the beginning of the tribe that I shared about, that I want to bring together. And you would be such a welcome participant. I not only treasure your being here, treasure your being on this planet at this time. You are incredible. You are amazing. You are magnificent. Never forget that. So until I see you again next week, this is all for me right now. Bye-bye for now.